Whoa! I'm gonna show you how to set up a sluice box and get the gold yourself. So I want you to pay attention because there's a lot of things I need to teach you. So we're gonna head down the creek, get some gold, and call it a day. So come on, let's go. This is a Keen A52. I love these things. I've been using these type for years. Now, the first thing you're gonna notice about this new Keen A52S sluice is it's got a grizzly right up on top, a classifier. You dump stuff in, you don't have to classify. This does all the work for you. Next, you're gonna need a 5-gallon bucket. Now, I've seen guys do it without a 5-gallon bucket, but trust me, this makes it a whole lot easier. Inside a 5-gallon bucket, you're gonna be needing all your prospecting tools. I got me a little pick hammer. You gotta have a spoon, I'm telling you. A little trowel, a little digging tool. This is a nail remover that I got at Lowe's. It's great for crevicing, digging in there. And speaking of crevicing, I got my crevicing tool with a little spoon on the end, and I got my Phillips screwdriver for getting down in those cracks. I got my classifier. I'm using a number 4 today. If you're gonna be using a sluice box, you gotta classify your material down before you dump it in there. And of course, you gotta have one of these snuffer bottle. That way you can get the gold out of there. And of course, my favorite, my Garrett Super Sluice. I don't go anywhere without it. I'm gonna take you down in the creek, and I'm gonna show you how to set this up properly. So come on, let's go. You got a wing nut up on top. Don't lose the washer. You got 2 locks in the back. And then the classifier comes out. It's a single piece. And then that way you can gain access to your riffles when you go to do a cleanup. Now he's using rubber mat riffles in here. I'll show you that later. Install it just the reverse. All right, another bonus feature on this thing is it's got legs on it, and the legs lock into position. You can extend it where you want, and just like on the dry washers, you got a lock right here. All right, another thing you have to remember on these units, you're gonna need to have enough water flow to go over the top of this to move the material out. So you may need to build a set of wing dams on each side if the water flow isn't great enough. In our situation right here, the creek's not bad, but I'm gonna build up a small dam right here and channel that water into the sluice to get enough water flow. And yeah, you're gonna get wet. Now remember, you're gonna want at least 1 inch of drop for every foot of box. A neat little trick that you can do to increase the water flow or to direct it is if you've got banks that have got mud, roots, and grass in them, you can dig them up like this, and you can use that to pack in around your rocks or underneath your sluice, and by doing that, it keeps the water from seeping in around your rocks, and it channels all the water through your sluice, not letting anything go by. These levelers really help out a lot because they can get the box set just right, and they keep the box from sliding downstream. For any of you people who've used sluice boxes before, you usually got to put a rock across the top. You're gonna need one of these big flat stone. It's because you're gonna put that flat stone over the top of your sluice box, just like that. Keep your sluice box from floating down the river with all your gold. All right, now this looks like a good place right here. Nice and wide. The river's not too turbulent, the creek. See how that water wants to take that downstream? You're gonna put that flat rock on top of it like that. It keeps it from flowing downstream. I'm gonna go ahead and level this up. The rule of thumb on a sluice box should have a 1 inch drop for every foot of sluice. Now I'm working with about 3 feet of sluice box, not including the flare. So I'm gonna have about 3 inches of drop on this box in the water, and that'll create the proper flow. Now as far as the amount of water on top, I've seen some guys run it a foot underwater and it still works for them. I like to have mine with about halfway sticking up out of the water. So come on, let's go. Okay, now, what a lot of guys like to do is if they don't have enough water pressure in their creek or stream, they'll build up a dam, an artificial dam out of rocks and sand and whatever they can find. And what that does, it acts like a giant funnel and it forces the water into your sluice box. So if you're having water flow problems, and you'll know that when you go to dump that dirt in there, it don't move through there very fast. What you can do is build an artificial dam like this across the creek on both sides. Now, I got good water flow here, so I'm happy with just this one wing. So I'm gonna go ahead and sample some dirt and put it in there and see if we got anything. Look right here, you can see I got all this nasty overburden, I got a gravel zone, and I got hard pack. Now the gold that's in this creek is probably washing out of here. And you can see all these layers of gravel. Now what I'm gonna do is, best place to dig is where this gravel here meets the hard pan, because gold ain't gonna go any further below. So you're gonna worry about this lower level here, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this bucket back to the sluice box. I don't think I'm gonna have to classify it, but I'm gonna do it anyway just to make sure that it doesn't clog up my sluice box. And see if we got any gold out of here. I'm pretty sure we did, because that's all hard pan. And sounds like I got some thunderheads rolling in. Yeah, I'm really gonna get wet. You get any grass or clay, you want to break it up before it goes through that box. See how much easier that is? Get your little scoop and scoop it in nice and slow. Give that water a chance to do its job. Just like that. Now, if I got any big gold, it's gonna pop out on this rubber mat, and I'll see it right away. That's why I put my rock right down from the rubber mat, so I can take a peek inside and see if I got anything right away. You can see where some of the little specks of gold are starting to come out onto the mat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 13 colors in there. After I do this, I'm gonna show you how to do a cleanup. And then that's hopefully where we get the real gold. We're going to take the rock off the sluice box. Now be careful, because that water is gonna try to push it downstream. And if you got any gold, it's in your sluice. You don't wanna lose that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your foot at the very end of the sluice box like this. And then you're gonna lift up on that rock. That way your sluice don't drive down the river. See how my sluice box walks up out of the river? See that? Nice and easy. And you're gonna pick it straight up out of the river like that. Don't tilt it forward or backward too much, because you might lose some gold. And then you're gonna take it over to a nice flat spot. I'll show you what to do next. The cleanup is the same on this as a regular A52 sluice. Take it out of the creek. Ever so gently. Now I like this because I can adjust the legs to hold it in place while I'm getting that matting out. See that? Take your wing nut out. Pull back on your locks like I showed you. Take him out. Make sure you wash him off in your bucket. The ripples come out the same way. Just like that. Clean those munkers off. Expanded metal. See all that black sand in there? Same thing. Now on these models, the matting is different. You've got the green carpet at the front, you got the rubber matting in the middle, and you got the green carpet on the back. And there's a reason for that. Like a wash machine. Nice and clean. Don't forget on your box. You might have some gold trapped in there. First thing you're gonna do, set that sluice box off to the side. You're gonna take your sampling bucket, put some water in it. Set that off to the side too. Take the riffles out. You got a clamp on this side, you got a clamp on this side. You're gonna take those riffles out. Be gentle with that and put them in your bucket like that. And you're gonna take your gold pan, fill it up with water, and you're gonna wash it off. That's how you're gonna wash off your riffles. Do the head first, turn it upside down, and do the tail piece second. The reason why is because if there's any gold, it'll be trapped here in the first riffle, not down on the other end. Gold will always drop off, be in the first third of your box. So cut your box into threes. Most of your gold will be in the first third of the box. You're gonna get your expanded metal, the head in first. Always wash the head first. Flip them upside down, same thing. Make sure there's nothing left on them. Next, you're gonna do the carpet. You're gonna take the carpet from the very back of the box, the tail section. You're gonna grab it. You're gonna just gently roll it up like a big burrito. And you're gonna keep that steady. And you're gonna put that burrito inside your bucket. Now you're gonna act like a wash machine. Up and down, round and round. Take your carpet, flip it inside out like this. See that? There's where your pleats are, and that's the side that is inside the box. You're gonna put that in, and you're gonna do one of these numbers just like that. And that opens those pleats up, gets that little fine gold out of there. Now the sluice box itself, you gotta be careful, because remember, those big chunky pieces of gold sitting up there in that rubber mat. And ever so gently, you're gonna take that sluice box, and you're gonna put it inside your bucket, just like that, see that? And then you're gonna get some water out of your river or your creek, and you're gonna gently run some water over it, just like that, see that? Now we got concentrates in this bucket. I'm gonna show you what to do next. Screen down your concentrates. It'll make panning a whole lot easier, and that's what we're gonna do. I got my number 4, but you can use the number 10, depending on how small that gold is in the area you're working. Dump him out over that, just like that. Get some more water, just like that. And yeah, you're gonna get wet. Ooh, look at all that black sand. Woo-wee. I just know I got gold out of this one. All right, you wanna make sure that whole bucket's clean. Then screen that down. On top of your gold pan, make sure it's sitting on your gold pan. Now, what you're gonna do, you look inside that screen. If there's gold, trust me, it'll stick out like a sore thumb. I don't see no gold in there, but I'm gonna check him out later. Okay, I got a whole day's worth of work right here in the pan. This is called your concentrates, or your cons. You're gonna take it over to the creek, a nice place where there's not a lot of current, and you're gonna pan it out. That's what I'm gonna do right here. Nice and gentle. Round and round, side to side. Nice and gentle. You're using a Garrett Super Sluice. Trust me, you ain't gonna lose no gold. Stratify that material gently. I can see a ton of black sand in there. Tons of it. Don't get all crazy with it. Okay, that's about far down as I want to go. All right, come here. Let's see if I got anything. All right. See all that black sand I was talking about? There's a ton of it in there. See that? All right. I'm gonna gently swirl that. What is that? I don't think that's gold. I don't think that's gold. That ain't gold. I hope I got gold. Come on now. Oh, hey, I see a piece. Oh yeah, there's some more. Oh, I can't wait. I gotta shake it down. See what I got. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. That's the Motherlode, baby. Woo, yeah. Nobody's got gold like California. Look at all that. There's my finger right there so you can see the comparison. Oh man, I'm going back to that spot. I'll be working that for about a week. All right, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I got me some shiny. Look at that. See if I can tap that up to the top for you. Super fines, ultra fines running all through there. You see that? You got a big chunker right there. See that? That's not bad at all. Is you take your snuffer bottle and you're gonna tap that gold to the front. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, now I tapped it to the front using that tapping action. I'll do it again. Okay, now what that does, look at that. Ain't that pretty? Woo! Yeah! And you run that water to the front like such, and you're gonna use that snuffer bottle, you push in on it and create a vacuum. Now watch, I'm gonna suck all that gold up, all that beautiful gold. It acts like a little vacuum cleaner. You push the air out by squeezing it and suck in again. See that? All the gold's gone out of my pan. And it's inside my snuffer bottle. Don't lose your snuffer bottle. Okay, I'm gonna go over that again to see if I got any fines. I got a couple fines in there. So I'm gonna tap that again. Don't worry, the gold ain't coming out. It's got a trap in the end to keep the gold from coming out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put this back in my bucket. I'm gonna go through those black sands again because there could be some really fine gold in there. Might have make an old man out of you real fast.